convert the rectangular equation to polar. Monday, we converted the coordinate from polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar. Now we are doing the equations. So remember these four equations from the right triangle? Whenever you do r cosine theta or r sine theta, you have to use the reference angle, not the angle between the y-axis, but it has to be between the x-axis. Those are reference angles, okay? Why? Because if you use the other angle, now your opposite is the x, so you have to use sine for x. If you want to use these formulas, you have to use the reference angle, which is the distant angle from the x-axis. Okay? So number one, when we are converting rectangular equation to polar, we want to get rid of all the x and y's. So what would you do? Yeah. So convert y into what? R sine theta. What is x squared? X is r cosine theta squared. So you get r sine theta equals to, what is r cosine theta times r cosine theta? R squared cosine squared theta. From here, you got rid of all the x and y's and have it in terms of r and theta, so you just got to simplify it. So what can we do? Can we divide it by r's first? And whenever you're finding the polar form, most of the time you're solving for r. If it's a line, you can solve for theta, but most of the time you're solving for r. Not r squared, we are solving for r. So you have r and r squared, so we can divide by r from both sides. So I get r theta equals to r cosine squared theta. Now what do I do to solve for r? Divided by cosine squared theta. For both sides, so I get r equals to sine theta over cosine squared theta. That's it. You're solving for r in terms of theta. Okay, let's try two more. So number two, what can we do? First, you cannot take square root because you have here addition term, you know. You cannot just square root each side. That doesn't work. First, FOIL and see if there's anything you can combine. So what is x minus 3 times x minus 3 plus y squared equals to 9? I get x squared plus 3x. No. Minus 3x. Yeah, but and then you have another minus 3x, so yes, it becomes minus 6x. And then plus 9 equals to, not equals to, plus y squared equals to 9, right? The rest, you just bring it down. So let's combine like terms and simplify it. I get x squared. You're right, it's 6x minus 6x plus y squared. Can I subtract 9 from both sides? To put the constants together, can I move 9 to the other side? Yes, then I get 0. Do you see anything from here? What is x squared plus y squared? R squared. Right? X squared plus y squared equals to r squared, circle. Minus 6x, so it's minus 6. What is x? R cosine theta equals to 0. Then, now, can we divide by r from all three sides? R, yes. So now we get an r equals to minus, I'm sorry, not equals to 6 cosine of theta equals to still 0, right? 0 divided by r is still 0. Now, can you solve for r? R equals to, move negative 6 cosine theta to the other side to make it positive 6 cosine of theta. What about number 3? What can you do for number 3? Yeah, you just got to substitute what x, y equals to, right? What is x? R cosine theta plus r sine theta equals to 5. Now what? Oh, good question. Can we square this, square that, and make that equal to 5 squared? No, if you square it, you can do this squared and that squared. But yeah, I won't do that. Maybe. Yeah, but you cannot just square here, there, and there to make it x squared plus y squared. That won't work. You have to FOIL. So then what would you do? Can I take out r? What are we solving for? We're solving for r, right? So can I take out r? So then I get cosine of theta plus sine of theta equals to 5. Then what would you do? Divide by cosine of theta plus sine of theta. You do the same thing on the other side. Cosine divided by cosine theta plus sine of theta. So you get your r equals to 5 divided by cosine of theta plus sine of theta.